Indriya, senses. Guna, of the qualities. Abhasam, the original source. Sarva, all. Indriya, senses. Vivarjitam, being without. Asaktam, without attachment. Sarva breath, the maintainer of everyone. Cha, also. Eva, certainly. Nirgunam, without material qualities. Guna Bhoktari, master of the gunas. Cha, also. So, of all senses, of the qualities, the original source, all senses, being without attachment, the maintainer of everyone, also, certainly, without material qualities, master of the gunas, also. Translation. The Supersoul is the original source of all senses, yet he is without senses. He is unattached, although he is the maintainer of all living beings. He transcends the modes of nature, and at the same time, he is the master of the modes of material nature. Purport. The Supreme Lord, although the source of all the senses of the living entities, doesn't have material senses like they have. Actually, the individual souls have spiritual senses, but in conditioned life, they are covered with the material elements, and therefore the sense activities are exhibited through matter. The Supreme Lord's senses are not so covered. His senses are transcendental and are therefore called nirguna. Guna means the material modes, but his senses are without material covering. It should be understood that his senses are not exactly like ours, although he is the source of all our sensory activities. He has his transcendental senses, which are uncontaminated. This is very nicely explained in the Shvetashvara Upanishad, chapter 3, verse 19. In the verse, Apani Pado Jivano Grehita, the Supreme Personality of Godhead has no hands which are materially contaminated, but he has his hands and accepts whatever sacrifice is offered to him. That is the distinction between the conditioned soul and the super soul. He has no material eyes, but he has eyes, otherwise, how could he see? He sees everything, past, present, and future. He lives within the heart of the living being, and he knows what we have done in the past, what we are doing now, and what is awaiting us in the future. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. He knows everything, but no one knows him. It is said that the Supreme Lord has no legs like us, but he can travel throughout space because he has spiritual legs. In other words, the Lord is not impersonal. He has his eyes, legs, hands, and everything else. And because we are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, we also have these things. But his hands, legs, eyes, and senses are not contaminated by material nature. Bhagavad Gita also confirms that when the Lord appears, he appears as he is by his internal potency. He is not contaminated by the material energy because he is the Lord of material energy. In the Vedic literature, we find that his whole embodiment is spiritual. He has his eternal form called Satchidananda Vigraha, Brahma Samhita, chapter 5, verse 1. He is full of all opulence. He is the proprietor of all wealth and the owner of all energy. He is the most intelligent and is full of knowledge. These are some of the symptoms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the maintainer of all living entities and the witness of all activity. As far as we can understand from Vedic literature, the Supreme Lord is always transcendental. Although we do not see his head, face, hands, or legs, he has them. And when we are elevated to the transcendental situation, we can see the Lord's form. Due to materially contaminated senses, we cannot see his form. Therefore, the impersonalists who are still materially affected cannot understand the personality of Godhead. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So, what I have realized from this verse is that this verse is the continuation of last verse, where the Lord started to explain how the super soul exists in this world. So the super soul is original source of senses and energy and modes of material nature. His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj says that it is super soul who wakes us up every morning. So the super soul residing in every living being's heart, and everything is coming from him. This confirms in Bhagavad Gita chapter 15 verse 15 says that remembrance, knowledge and forgetfulness comes from him. The Lord seated in the heart. So here it is particularly mentioned that the super soul has senses but not like us, which are materially contaminated or materially covered. Although we are part and parcel of the Lord and spiritual in nature, but being the marginal energy of the Lord, we are influenced by material energy and our senses exhibited through matter, as Srila Prabhupada said in the purport. So this means that we need to purify our senses by employing them in the service of the Lord. Otherwise, senses will be employed in sense gratification activities. The more we perform devotion service, the more our senses are controlled. Like itching on the skin, we are scratching, and by that it will aggravate. But if we tolerate the itch, then it will be controlled. This way, our senses are satisfied because our senses also need some level of gratification, and regulated gratification help us to control them. And the second point is that the super soul is unattached. Although he is the maintainer of the whole world, actually, this is the opulence of the Lord. The Lord has six opulences. He has all the wealth, beauty, knowledge, strength, fame, and he is unattached, possessing all the opulences and still no attachment, asaktam, in this verse. So, this vairagya is the quality we also need to develop. We get attached very easily by everything we are doing. Even in our devotion service and preaching, attachment is a hurdle. So constantly we have to remember ourselves that why we are doing it, for whom we are doing it. Preaching is very important so that we are doing it on behalf of our guru, on behalf of our seniors. So our ego doesn't get high with this knowledge. So with the knowledge, the vairagya comes, but only with the digested knowledge, as Guru Maharaj said, we have to digest it. So when we practically realize the knowledge and we put this into practice. And the last point is nirguna. The super soul is nirguna, means without material qualities or modes. As modes created by the Lord, so how come modes can affect the Lord? He is always transcendental, as Srila Prabhupada said. He appears as he is by his internal potency. He is Satchita Anand Vigraha. When we are elevated to transcendental situation, then we can see the Lord's form. So with these material senses, we cannot see the Lord, but the Lord is so merciful that he appeared as Archa Vigraha and as the holy name. So we can offer our services and purify our senses by chanting the holy name of the Lord. And we can see the Lord by our ears, as we discussed that before. So Srila Prabhupada also said that these transcendental vibrations are from spiritual world. And the more we chant, the more we get purified and realize the Lord. These are the points that I have realized from this verse. Only. Thank you very much, devotees. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Gurudev.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Chandri Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So I think we should conclude today with this verse.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Can I quickly share something, Prabhu?
Oh yeah, please share. Hare Krishna.
I was
just
cooking,
because
Prabhu.
it's
So
late, that's why.
I was just quickly share. I will not take long, Prabhu. So verse we are reading is the Bhagavad Gita 13, chapter 13, verse number 15. Sarvendriya guna bhasam sarvendriya vivarjitam asaktam sarva bricheva nirgunam guna bhoktarcha. The super soul is the original source of all senses, yet he is without senses. He is unattached, although he is the maintainer of all living beings. He transcends the modes of nature, and at the same time, he is the master of all the modes of material nature. The first thing which came to my mind is all the contradictions. The super soul is the original source of all the senses, yet he is without senses. Means, yeah, Achinta Bheda with philosophy. Then again, he's unattached. He's unattached, although he is the maintainer of all living beings. So he's attached, but he's not attached. He transcends the modes of nature, and at the same time, he is master of all the modes of material nature. That is the quality of super soul which Krishna is now describing, and all those things is beyond comprehension. Normal person cannot understand it. And only process, same thing in the Bhagavatam seed verses, same thing which Brahmaji is being preached about, from where the Bhagavatam started, from where all the knowledge comes. Yatha manti bhutani bhutesu cha vacheshunu pravishtani apravishtani tatha teshuna tesoham. O Brahma, please know that the universal elements enter into the cosmos, at the same time do not enter the cosmos. Similarly, I myself also exist within everything created, and at the same time I am outside the everything. So all this knowledge is beyond comprehension. Normal person, that same thing Prabhupada writes, Sanjeev Prabhu repeated, it can only be understood by mercy of a pure devotee. In the purport Prabhupada writes in the Bhagavatam also and everywhere, and also only by pure devotion service. Otherwise, this knowledge is beyond. Otherwise, we are just saying without, means we are just repeating words, but we are not actually realizing. So this is very important, this contradiction, this Achinta Veda philosophy. So that's what I wanted to hire, and that's what to share. And one more very important thing I wanted to share, Prabhu, about the conversation we had today. I will not go into the detail, and I want to put it on record that my Brahman initiation has been done by Amrish Prabhu. Amrish Prabhu came to my house and gave all those mantras and told me Maharaj accepted me. I have not seen Maharaj in that regard, and Amrish Prabhu gave it to me, and I just took it. I never made a fuss about it, that who are you and all that. No, I said, okay, you are saying it, I took it. So Prabhuji, I have not said this to you before, but I wanted this to be recorded and to be heard by all the devotees that this is a fact. And that's why I have requested you to start initiating, Prabhu. The tide is turning, Prabhu. It's really getting back to us. That's what I want to share, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Srila Gurudev are in full control. I've taken permission from Guru Maharaj for this. Yeah. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Thank you.